Hi, boys and girls. Happy Monday. We're going to do 2 pages in our Nat Geo workbook today. And before we do, I have a new story. So we just changed units. So we went from Unit 5 to Unit 6. Last week when I read, oh boy, did I forget that? Country Cat, City Cat, or was it City Cat, Country Cat? I think that's what it was. City Cat, Country Cat is because we're talking about communities, okay? Communities are where you live. So Lake Elsinore is a community, Canyon Lake is a community. I live in Corona. Actually, I live in Trilogy is a community, or Temescal Valley. So those are all communities, okay? Some are out in the country, okay? Some are in the city, and I would say where we all live, it's kind of a town. We call that a town, not a huge city, and we're not way out in the country, right? Okay, so now this one is about a man named Paco. Okay, his name is Paco, and he has one of the best jobs, I think, in the whole world. Do you know what he does for a job? He delivers flowers. So he drives around in this truck. I guess that's a van, isn't it? And right on the top it says Paco's Fresh Flowers. And he delivers flowers to people. Where do you think his flowers are going to grow? He might deliver to houses, to people. Okay, I just sent my daughter flowers to congratulate her for something. It's a secret, but I'll tell you soon. And so she got a delivery from kind of like the Amazon delivery truck, but they deliver flowers, right? But most of Paco's flowers go to people in the city where he lives, okay, or in the town where he lives. And it's a really cute story, and I love it so much because it rhymes also. So here's the name of the book. It's called Flowers Around Town. It's by Shirley Ann Costigan. She is the author. She wrote the story. It's illustrated by Martha Avila. Okay, so one person wrote the story and another person drew the pictures. And this is the title page, right? Flowers Around Town, and the story should start right here. This is a big book, but it's not quite as big as the one we read last week, so I can manage it a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to hold up one page at a time. Let me see if I can get the lighting right. Yep, I see that shadow, but I think we're going to have to make do. Okay, there was a man named Paco. Here he is. He had a great big truck. They are calling that a truck, not a van. Flip it around. He filled it full of flowers before the sun came up. Look, it's still dark. He probably gets to work at 5 o'clock in the morning. And look, he's putting all these beautiful flowers in the back of his truck because he's going to start his deliveries. Now the sun is up, right? He drove down empty streets. He drove past City Hall. City Hall is where the mayor works, and there's lots of office buildings there. He took bright yellow tulips into the shopping mall. So he's delivering all these beautiful tulips to the mall, and then when the people come to the mall, they can buy them. Or maybe they're just decorating the mall. I'm not sure. Here we go. He set a big sunflower next to Sunny's door. Okay, so Sunny has a store, and he's putting the sunflower right next to the front door. He took 3 pots of violets to Betty's flower store. Look at those pretty violets. They're purple, aren't they? Violet. The color is violet, but the name of the flower is violet too. Look she's got a flower shop. So Paco delivers his flowers to all these little flower shops and stores. Here we go. Where's he going to go next? He stopped at Manny's Market to deliver 4 green plants. At Granny's Bakery, he left a rose for Mrs. Grant. Isn't how pretty, huh? Ooh, that bakery. Look at all those yummy, yummy treats in the bakery. He drove around the fountain to the center of the town. Sorry, I read that wrong. He drove around the fountain to the center of the square. He left a bunch of daisies for the lady who works there. So look, he delivers flowers in a pretty big town, right? And he drives around. That's called a circle. We're calling it a square. He left a bunch of daisies for the lady who works there. So look she's at this newspaper stand selling newspapers, but he's delivering flowers to her. Wonder where he's going to go next. He took a bunch of roses to an underground cafe. They call it underground because you have to go down the stairs, and then that little restaurant or cafe is here. Look they're sitting outside. At the county hospital, he left a pink bouquet. So he's delivering it to the nurse, but the nurse, I bet, is going to go deliver it to one of the patients in one of the hospital rooms. Next to a red brick building, he found a parking space. He's parking in front of the house. And made his last delivery to a very special place. He's delivering to this little girl. He's saying it's very special. I wonder who that little girl is. Look, he is going home. He's home for dinner. And he is there, his wife and his daughter and his little baby son, and they're having dinner. And look at where the flowers are. That was his very last delivery. He got to deliver to his house, right? Isn't that a nice story? I really, really like the story. Now, let's talk about the characters. There's lots of characters in this story. The main character is Paco. The story is about Paco, the delivery man. He is on every single page. Now, there are other characters in the story, aren't there? Okay, because Paco is delivering to lots of people. He delivers to Betty's flower shop. She's a character. She's a person in the story. Characters can be animals too, but in this story, they are people, right? Now he's delivering to Manny's market. So this is Manny. He's a character in the story. Now he's delivering to Granny's Bakery, and the lady's name is Mrs. Grant. She's also a character in the story. Okay, and then remember, he delivers a bunch of daisies to the lady that works in the newspaper, little place to sell newspapers. And then he delivers to the nurse at the hospital. And then he makes his very special delivery to the daughter, right? So those are all characters in the story. Now, just remember that for a minute, because we're going to do a page in our workbook that you have to compare yourself to one of the characters in the story. Here, I'm going to move this down very carefully. We're going to do our Nat Geo workbook, okay, today. Now, we left off on Friday. We did the pronoun page. Remember the he and the she? So just flip it over. This is the page we're doing today. And this is just a reading page. You know what, boys and girls? I cannot find my highlighter. I had to throw one away the other day, so just let me grab a crayon. So if you guys can find something that shows up on your paper, so that I know that you read your sentences. Because if you just take a picture of this paper, I don't really know that you read them, right? So if you use a crayon or a highlighter, or you can make a video of yourself reading. I've got a lot of kids who do. Michael does that a lot, and Abby does that a lot. Sometimes Brianna sends me a video. Then I know that you read your sentences to somebody, right? Okay, but if you don't have anyone to read to, then just take the crayon, any color, and then underline the words as you read. Now, there's lots of sight words. This is Tim and Pam. This must be Tim, and this must be Pam. So as I read it, I'll go, this is Tim and Pam. Now I can go back and color the pictures later if you want to. And boys and girls, my rule is if the directions say to color, then you need to color. If the directions don't say to color, it's optional. That means if you love coloring and you want extra work, go ahead and color, but you don't have to color, okay? The second sentence says, she, remember our sight word she can look at this. Those are all sight words. What is she looking at? She's looking at the computer. Boy, we sure do that a lot, don't we? I'm going to underline as I read. She can look at this. Number 3. He can look at it. And let me put my glasses on, because are they still on the computer? Yeah. I don't know if they're doing schoolwork or if they're playing a game. Kind of looks like they're playing a game. I'm going to go back and read it again. He can look at it. Okay. Tim and Pam like it. Oh, you know what I think they were looking at? Maybe they were looking at a funny video. Maybe they were looking at a funny cat video or people dancing on TikTok or something, right? They're laughing. They're cracking up. They're liking whatever they saw on the computer. Tim and Pam like it. See, now when I take a picture of this, I know that that if you draw a line under the words, then I know that you will read it. And sometimes you guys do it with pencil and I can't see it very well. That's why I like a highlighter or crayon, and take a picture of that, and then I know that you did that page, okay? Now, the next page says, compare yourself to a character. So we've got 2 circles here. This one says me, and this one says story character. So I was going to say, should we do it like this? It doesn't really matter. I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, it says have children, choose a story character. Now this says the old woman or Paco, and I'm not sure what the old woman, I'm not sure because I don't remember reading a story about an old woman or Paco. So let's just do Paco, okay, or one of the characters in the story. And it says compare to yourself. First, talk about the ways they are like the character, and then choose one idea to write or draw in the circles. Okay, so I'm going to compare myself to Paco. And this might sound a little funny, but what I liked about Paco is that Paco loves his job. What a nice job. He gets to go around the city and deliver flowers and make people happy. And he puts a smile on people's faces. Okay, and he loves flowers also, right? And guess what? I'm a teacher and I love my job too. And I like teaching kids and making them happy also. So that's how I'm going to compare myself to Paco. Okay, now you might want to compare yourself. Maybe you like flowers too. Or did you see him eating dinner with his family? Do you guys do that together? So maybe you want to draw a picture of you eating dinner with your family and Paco eating dinner with his family. Yours does not have to be the same as mine. I'm going to draw a picture of me, and this is Mrs. Jenkins, and like I said, I'm comparing myself to Paco because I love my job. So I'm going to draw myself, and I might add a little bit more detail later. I'm going to put the calendar behind me, the calendar, and I'll go ahead and put March on top because it's our new calendar. And then I might add, you know how I use the pointer stick? I could do that. I'm going to add a little bit more detail later. And I love my job. So I'll even write it over here. I love my job. Okay? And Paco loves his job. He loves making people happy and delivering flowers. So I'm going to draw Paco here. And I'm going to make him holding some flowers here. I could put his van in the back, but I just want to make it simple right now because this video is getting a little bit too long. All right, so here's a big bouquet of flowers. I might have to fix them up later. I didn't leave much room there. Okay, you get the idea, right? And then I'm going to write, Paco loves his job. Now, he also loves flowers, so you could draw that you love flowers, Paco loves flowers, or you love your family and Paco loves his family, okay? Paco loves his job. Remember, yours doesn't have to be just like mine. You're comparing yourself to Paco. Okay, that's it. All right, bye-bye.